Hey, Amanda, how's it going?
Doing great, Charlene. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great, thanks. So, we have an exciting video for you today, and I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Charlene Williams. I'm a realtor, and I've been a real estate broker for almost 16 years now in the city of Toronto or GTA. And I'm looking forward to discussing our rate changes with Amanda, who is our mortgage broker extraordinaire. Go ahead, Amanda, and introduce yourself.
Thank you so much, Charlene. So, like Charlene said, my name is Amanda Pivar, and I am a mortgage agent with Mortgage Connection. I have been for 11 years, and Charlene is right. Change is coming, and we are excited to get into it.
Yeah, so first and foremost, the rate change this week, Wednesday it was, we're
Yep,
down another 0.25% on the variable. Is that correct?
you are correct. The Bank of Canada decided to lower the overnight rate, which then affects our prime lending rate by a quarter point. This is no surprise. Nobody thought it was going to be much more than that, but it's still an excellent change. We've now gone down quite a bit from where we started, and we're expecting some more drops in March and again in April.
Okay, so first things first, we're down to 3%. Is that correct?
3% is our overnight rate. Our
Okay.
prime lending rate, which is what our variable rate is based off of, is down to 5.2.
5.2. And what does that look like in terms of, and you've told me this previously, but I don't think we've discussed it lately. So
Yeah.
it's based on every $100,000 on your mortgage that you owe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every quarter point drop on 100,000 mortgage works out to be about $16 decrease in payment.
16.16.
That's correct.
Okay, so I'm not going to do the math in my head because I can't. But
No problem.
if you had a calculator, it would be something like, I don't know, say you owe 500,000 on your mortgage, 16 times 5. So we're working out to about maybe maybe
About
105.
119.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
So yeah, approximately that, which is still quite a good savings.
it is. And then just to put in kind of a bigger perspective, just because I actually had run this number yesterday, for the 2% drop we've seen in interest rate, somebody that has $1 million mortgage has seen a $1,300 decrease in payment.
Wow, that's amazing. So, the skeptical side of me comes out and says, "Oh, you can put that $1,300 towards groceries because groceries are way more expensive these days."
Yeah, they might get a little bit more, unfortunately.
Yes. And even if you don't want to do that, take the responsible route, you can take that $1,300 and go on a trip.
Yeah, or use it as a prepayment. A lot of people have stopped decreasing their payments with the drops and keeping their payments the same as a way of paying your mortgage off sooner, which overall is just going to save you a lot of money on interest. So, what looks like $1,300 today per month is actually hundreds of thousands of dollars tomorrow when you look at your mortgage as a whole.
Right. That works out really well. So let's continue with this Bank of Canada and
Mhm.
the predictions that are coming out. So the next
Yeah.
announcement is in March. We know that.
Yep.
There's a schedule. If anyone wants it, just text me or DM me, and I can send you the schedule that for the Bank of Canada. I have that on my Instagram. So the next meeting or announcement is March.
Yes, correct. And we're expecting another quarter point, hopefully more, but I think a quarter point is a really good thing to base it off of. And then
Mhm.
we're expecting another quarter point April. We don't have any predictions past then. So the economists have basically predicted the next two, and then are going to wait and see. I think there's just too much happening in the world right now for them to guesstimate what's going to happen in June and the fall. But I think half a point is great, and it's really going to help a lot of consumers and also put a lot of consumers back in the 3% for mortgages. That is a big drop when we were talking about five, sixes almost a year ago.
Yes, it is. And I am one of those people, as you know, and I track my mortgage on a spreadsheet because I'm spreadsheet based. And
Yeah.
I know how much I started with and how much I ended with before the rate drops started to happen. So that's six in a row. From
Yes.
what I understood, though, I was listening to a bunch of these financial type people, and they were saying that this would be the last one, but you're saying the opposite.
Yeah, it's interesting. So the banks are actually all over the map on what they're all guesstimating. If you talk to somebody who's a Scotiabank enthusiast, they're going to say this is our last one. We're not going to see another one. But then you talk to a CIBC, TD, or BMO, they're saying we're going to see another half a point. But if you talk to an
Mhm.
RBC, we're going to see a whole percent. So it's really all over the map on what we're going to be seeing and what everyone's predicting. Majority, though, is another half a point.
Okay. And that's towards the end of the year. Or no,
They're
that's before,
April.
sorry, that's before
Yeah.
summer. Okay,
Yes. They're
excellent.
thinking by April. So some
Okay.
really good changes. And then we haven't seen much of a change in our fixed rate mortgage, though I think that could change. And that's because our bond yields, they are really coming down. We are lower than where we were in October for the last week and a half. Now, that's not to say that they're not going to skyrocket again next week because the bond yields can be very unpredictable. But if this trend keeps continuing, I would expect that our next phone call, I'll be seeing our fixed rates are down.
Well, this is good news. I mean, you always want to have good news, and lately it hasn't
Yep.
been that good of a news.
That's true. January has not been a good news month.
Yeah, I saw that thing that said, welcome to January 74th, as in it's the 74th day of the month.
Yeah.
January did seem long.
Yes, I would agree. Just
Yeah.
too much happened. But I think there's a lot of positive. Overall, we're looking forward to a really strong 2025. And I think Bank of Canada lowering rates is going to start sparking more people's attention. Supply and demand. You can only have people who want to buy something sit on the sideline for so long that eventually they're just going to say, what am I doing? I'm paying someone else's rent. I might as well be getting in the market. And now's the time. And I think 2025 is the year that we're going to start to see everyone off the sidelines and in the game of trying to get into the real estate market.
Yeah, I'm actually hoping that as well. What are you seeing in your market? Are you busy? Are you getting busy?
I have never done so many pre-approvals in the January as I have this year.
That's
And
great.
January and December. December didn't slow down. Normally, we take the 2 weeks between Christmas and New Year's off-ish. We
Mhm.
didn't even try this year. It was just too busy. There was no way we could do it because people are getting organized and they're getting ready to go. You have
Mhm.
now 30-year AMs for first-time home buyer for insured mortgages. You have the rates decreasing. Now's the time.
Hmm. Yeah, I've had a lot of phone calls as well. Interestingly enough, I've had some actually Americans reach out to me that want to move here. I
Yes.
had one reach out to me in September that they want to buy here, and we know that they can't because they're ending up retiring in the next 6 months or so, but they're still interested in even renting here.
Yeah, it's you're seeing a lot of it right now. I definitely have some buyers as well who are relocating. They have their permanent resident. They're moving to Canada, and I think this probably will be a trend over the next 4 years. Um, so yeah, I
We
would
know why
agree.
that is. We don't have to say, but
Yeah.
yes, I again have had some people actually reach out to me from the US. So that's it's a thing apparently.
Yep.
And you know what? If we can make that happen, why not?
It's very true. It'd be interesting to see because it'd be great to have more people in Canada, but it's also an interesting time where the Canadian government is slowly slowing down people immigrating to Canada. So be an
Right.
interesting mix over the next couple of years, especially with an election coming up and what
Yeah.
could change.
And we know about the foreign buyers ban too in 2027. It looks like
Yes,
that's
it
going
keeps
to
getting
be,
extended.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's in Ontario, but anyways. All right, so I guess that's it. Thank you so much for the
Yeah,
great news, and I'm hoping everybody that watches this will want to reach out to either you or me if they have questions. The
absolutely.
contact information is in the show notes, and yeah, that's it.
I'm looking forward to our next one. And like I said, hopefully our next one, I have some positive reviews on the fixed rate mortgages, but it's too early to tell, but hopefully those bond yields keep going down.
Right, and you'll let me know when that is.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. Have a great weekend. Thanks again, Amanda, for joining.
Yeah. Thanks, Charlene.